When your dog gets a cancer diagnosis, the treatment options can feel, well, just overwhelming and honestly pretty harsh. But what if there was another way, a gentler way? Today, we're going to explore two really powerful strategies that don't attack the body, but instead awaken its own hidden army to fight cancer from the inside out. For so many of us, that diagnosis immediately brings up this fear of harsh, debilitating treatments. It's the question that keeps you up at night, right? Does the cure have to feel as bad as the disease itself? Well, the answer we're digging into today is a big, hopeful no.
Because here's the amazing thing. Your dog already has an incredible defense system built right in. You can think of their immune system as this elite army, perfectly trained to find and take out any invaders. But cancer is sneaky. Its main strategy is to basically trick this army, kind of lulling it to sleep so it can grow completely unchecked.
So our whole goal here isn't to bring in some foreign weapon from the outside. It's just to sound the alarm and wake up the army that's already there. And to do that, first, we've got to understand exactly how cancer pulls off its little magic trick. Okay, let's get a little more specific. Inside your dog's immune system are these elite soldiers. We call them natural killer cells and T cells. Their one and only job is to patrol the body and eliminate cancer cells the second they see them. But cancer puts out these signals that are like a fake stand-down order, putting these incredible soldiers on standby. The strategies we're about to talk about, they're all about overriding that false command and waking them back up. All right, our first strategy is just a brilliant piece of biological reverse psychology. It's called the rebound effect, and honestly, the best way to picture it is like a coiled spring. You push it down for just a second, and then when you let go, it explodes upwards with even more force than before. So here's how it works. First, a really, really low-dose regulator temporarily blocks the docking stations for the body's natural immune-boosting goodies, like endorphins. The body senses this block and thinks, whoa, hey, we're running low here, and it kicks into complete overdrive, producing this huge surplus of the stuff. Then, and this is the cool part, when that brief block wears off, the gates just fly open, and this massive surplus floods the entire system, creating this powerful system-wide wake-up call for the immune army. And this newly awakened army, it immediately launches this coordinated three-point attack. First, it multiplies the number and the power of its elite soldiers. Second, it directly tells cancer cells to just stop dividing. And third, it cleans up that inflammatory environment that cancer just loves, making the body a really hostile place for that tumor to live. Now, the absolutely crucial point here, and it might sound a little backward, is that this only works with a very low dose. A high dose would just keep that gate locked forever, and that would actually suppress the immune system. The magic isn't in the blocking, it's all about the timing of the release. Okay, on to strategy number 2. This one involves a super surprising hidden helper, a really common stomach medication. But at a specific high dose, this medicine completely transforms into a powerful tool that disarms one of cancer's most critical defense mechanisms. So, to protect itself, cancer literally builds a shield. As you can see, it recruits these cells called suppressor T cells to form a protective barrier, and they're all broadcasting that same stand-down order to any immune soldiers that try to get close. This therapy works by neutralizing those suppressor cells. It just tears down the shield, so the awakened army can finally see its target and attack. And it does one more incredibly critical thing. It helps prevent cancer from spreading or metastasizing. To spread, cancer cells use these little molecular hooks to grab onto blood vessel walls. This therapy basically breaks those hooks right off, so the cancer cells just can't get a grip and are swept away to be destroyed. Of course, it's always important to look at the whole picture. The pros here are pretty big. It has a long safety record, it can actually help with stomach issues from other treatments, and it's really affordable. But there are cons. It can interfere with how the liver processes other meds, so it needs to be managed carefully. And, this is key, it's not a standalone cure. It has to be part of a bigger, integrated plan. And that brings us to the most important idea of all, synergy. These two strategies don't just work in isolation. Their real power, their true magic, is unlocked when they're combined as part of this coordinated, multi-front attack. Think of it like this. Other supportive therapies are totally essential for just preparing the battlefield. For instance, hydration therapy helps flush all the junk out of the bloodstream. So those therapies are basically paving the road, creating a clear highway for the immune army to get to the tumor. And this is where our two strategies come in. They don't build the road, but they absolutely arm the soldiers who are traveling on it. They give them the weapons, they wake them up, and they boost their morale for the fight. One clears the path, and the other empowers the army. So how does all this fit into a complete treatment plan, especially for our older dogs? Well, it's kind of a three-part formula. First, you have metabolic therapy, which is often about dietary changes to starve the cancer of fuel. Second, hydration therapy, to revive the cells and clear that path we talked about. And finally, the immune strategies we just discussed, removing the shields and waking up the army. Ultimately, this isn't just about the science. It's about a really fundamental shift in the goal of cancer treatment itself, moving toward a path that is wise, gentle, and powerful, one that really prioritizes the well-being of our best friends. Because at the end of the day, there is only one goal that truly, truly matters: their quality of life. The whole point of these gentle therapies is to boost your pet's daily comfort, their happiness, their vitality, even while they're fighting something serious. I want to leave you with this really beautiful quote from the source material. The miracle of immunity from small adjustments begins with believing in your pet's potential. Doesn't that just capture it perfectly? It's all about empowering the incredible healing power that's already inside of them. What this approach really offers is a new sense of hope and a sense of action. It's a reminder that even when you're facing a tough diagnosis, there are gentle yet powerful ways to support the ones we love. So the first step is just having a conversation with your veterinarian to explore how you can awaken your pet's hidden strength.